What's up, everybody? Thanks for tuning in to my YouTube channel, which is called Divine Inspiration. The reason and the purpose why I do this YouTube channel is to give people a little bit of insight. Maybe I give you a little bit of wisdom and a little bit of knowledge from all the things that I've experienced in my life. Maybe I can give you some encouragement. Maybe I can lift your spirits. So if this YouTube video, if it resonates with you, continue listening. But if it doesn't, I guess it wasn't meant for you to hear it. But what I want to talk about today is finding love. Being in a relationship and maybe even possibly even getting married in the future. One thing about this journey that I've been on, I definitely want to live a prosperous life. I don't think it would be good for me to be broke. I also don't think it would be good for me to be alone. I don't think it's good for anybody to be alone. I think there's somebody out there for every one of us, somebody that we can spend some quality time with, somebody that really understands us, somebody that really gets us, somebody that really love and care for us for who we are. This person literally accepts you for who you are. They understand you, they get you, they love on you, they like you, they attracted to you. We all deserve to have a beautiful man or a beautiful woman. If you're gay, if you're a homosexual or whatever, if you like dealing with transsexuals, I don't hate on you. I don't judge anybody by their sexual orientation. I respect you for the choices that you make. I'm not here to condemn anybody for their sexual orientation. I respect everybody. So don't ever put love on the back burner. You might be out here working a 9 to 5 every day, and that's all you concerned about is just going to work, getting a check every week, every 2 weeks. You might be an entrepreneur and you own several businesses. You might be in the real estate, flipping houses, or you might own restaurants, and you completely put love on the back burner. You just forgot about relationships. You actually thought you didn't even have enough time to even spend with a woman or spend with a man. You working as 9 to 5, you working from 7 to 3, or you working an evening shift, and all you care about is just going to work. You got the same routine every day. You just totally denied and just excluded women or men out of your life because of your work schedule. Don't do that. I think a woman is a very beautiful species, especially if you can find one that you're attracted to and she got her head screwed on right. She's very spiritual. She's very intellectual. If you can find you a woman like that that's very intriguing, somebody that's very attractive from head to toe, she heavy into spirituality or whatever you like, she's your type, basically. And when you can find somebody like that and you can share your life with them, the two of you guys can travel together. You can go to sporting events. You can go hiking. You guys can go to restaurants, fine dining. You guys can sit at home and watch Netflix together, or just sit on the couch and have a beautiful conversation about some very interesting things, or maybe just some mundane things you're talking about, whether it's sports, celebrities. Just to have you somebody that you can do those things with, that's a blessing from God. That woman or that man that you spending time with every day, and God brought that person in your life, that's a gift. When you got a handsome man or a very sexy and attractive woman in your life that you can literally spend some quality, that's a blessing from God, from the Heavenly Father. Don't ever put love on the back burner. But what we should be doing while we are single, we should be using that time to elevate ourselves. We should be using that time to become a better version of ourselves. We might have a lot of defects. We might have a lot of flaws. A lot of character flaws, the things that we need to work on. We're not gonna be perfect. Don't get me wrong. No matter how much time we've been spending working on ourselves, we ain't gonna never reach perfection. You might as well just get that out of your head right now. It ain't gonna never happen. But we can get to a certain degree we can get to a certain level of purity and integrity where a woman that's really watching us and she peeping you out from a distance. She say, this is a righteous man. This is a decent, civilized human being that do right by people. He's very respectful. She liked the way you moving and operating. She could see you coming into her life and bringing a lot of joy. Not that she don't already have joy in her life, but she could see how you can enter into her life, and the two of you guys can grow together. You can pour into each other. You can literally, both of y'all can elevate together. So you use that single time to work on your vices. You know, you might have been a person that had a nasty attitude. You might have been a man that was very egotistical, or a woman. You got to come down off your high horse if you want to be in a relationship. You was all about the pride of life. Maybe you was a racist. You was a black man that didn't like white people. Maybe you was a white person that didn't like black people. You got to get rid of those negative character flaws if you want to be in a relationship. So while you single, do some introspection. Do some self-observation. Go deep within yourself, your heart, and your mind, and do some cleansing. You know you need to get your house in order so you can be prepared for when God brings that woman into your life. Be ready for her. Have your stuff together. Have some type of purity in your heart and some type of purity in your mind. Be a man or woman of integrity. Don't be out here stealing from people. Then don't be out here committing all type of criminal acts. Have your stuff together before that woman come into your life, and God is gonna make sure that happens before she come into your life. Before that man, maybe you gay, maybe you a lesbian, woman on woman, man on man. I don't hate on nobody. You like who you like. You love who you love. People have to accept you for who you are. Don't put love on the back burner. I think relationships and a monogamous relationship is a beautiful thing. You know, you got somebody you can call when you get off work. You know, you might have had a bad day at work. You can call your woman, you can call your man, and they can make you feel at ease. You know, they can make you feel good and, you know, give you some type of encouragement. Maybe you come over their house and you cook them some dinner or whatever. Y'all sit down and conversate, and they just bring some joy into your life. So, you know, I think marriage, that's one thing. I at one point I had the door closed on marriage, but now I got the door open. You know, I do want to meet somebody and just kind of see where it goes, see how things develop over the days and the months. And it might happen. If it don't happen, I'm not going to feel bad about it. If it do happen, that's great. I'm just going to see how things flow, how the relationship progress over time. You know, how we really, see how we really pouring into each other. Are we really loving on each other, really caring about each other? Just see how things flow. That's what you want to do in your relationship. You know, see how that woman, do she really love you? Do she really care about you? That's how you can determine, do she support you? Do she try to lift you up when you're down? Is she loyal? Is this woman trustworthy? This is the things you want to, you want to peep out in your woman or your man, or if you're in a homosexual relationship, or if you're dealing with transsexuals or whatever the situation is. Vet this person. Test your woman or test your man to really see what they all about before you make that leap. You know, before you make that marriage proposal. You know, so this is about all I have for you today, guys. You know, prosperity is definitely something we want in our life. You know, we definitely looking for God to pour out his blessings on us because we've been obedient. You know, we've been walking a righteous path. You know, we've been a giving soul. You know, we've been practicing altruism, which means that we care about other people. That's what it means when you altruistic. That means you care about the needs of other people, because you're going to be put in a position to help people. You're going to come in contact with a lot of homeless people. And when you lend a helping hand, God see that. That's what's going to cause you to elevate. That's what's going to cause God to unlock those blessings, to pour out those blessings on you, because you're a giving soul. You're a caring soul. You're a pure spirit. You got a pure mind and a pure heart. That's what unlocked that inheritance that God already got stored up for us. We don't have to chase anything. You might as well say that we already blessed. We already blessed by God. It's just a matter of him releasing what he always had for us in the heavenly realms, stored up for us, ready to be released to us at an appointed time. All right, y'all. One love, one mind, one God, one accord. And don't put love on the back burner. There's somebody waiting for you with open arms to receive you and love for you and care for you. All right, y'all. Peace.